Hi guys, welcome to their confessions for the beautiful sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Virgo, everything that you need for your collective is below in the description box. We're going to be taking a look at what their confessions is for the second half of the month of February. However, it is the beginning of Pisces season. So the playlist is going to be you're going to see the playlist names change. So the playlist is going to say whatever the first or the second half is, and it's going to identify the season that we're in. The biweekly readings are going to change based upon that. So I figured that would be a good indicator of for you guys as we change some things, and there are going to be some announcements coming on March the 1st. All right. Well, the very first card is I'm finally seeing my worth, yet I still feel unworthy of love. Someone definitely has been through the storm with you, Virgo, in their self-esteem. It could have been that when you guys started, you poured a lot into this person because that's normally what you do. When you are interested or you find love or you see, you see someone else's worth, you can or have the tendency of almost trying to polish the person off like a diamond in the rough because that is a part of the way that you love. And I believe that this person is starting to wake up to what makes them special despite of the things that you actually have poured into them, if that makes sense. Um, we typically attract, I don't want to say always the opposite. I honestly believe in my particular theory that it has a lot to do with what's going on with you and what phase you are in your life and what phase of your evolution you're in. You're not going to automatically attract the perfect person for you. And Virgo, your mind doesn't even work like that. You are really overly willing and ready, depending on what else is in your chart, of course, and where your Virgo placement is, to kind of work with individuals when you love them. So this person definitely came into the relationship with some type of, I want to say, esteem issues. Maybe they were not where you were financially, family wise, so forth and so on. The second card, however, that came out is it's too late. I've moved on and do not wish to reconnect. Um, this is letting me know that this individual has gotten a little too big for their britches, Virgo. I know for a fact that I'm definitely feeling like you put way more into this individual than they did for you. I'm not going to say that that's how all of you guys love, but for the most part, when there is an earth sign involved, it always is about you giving more because your giving is very grounded. And a lot of your love, Virgo, also Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus is very almost discerning. Like you do this, this is how you do that. And your way makes sense. That's just the way it is. And sometimes that could be a little intimidating because everybody doesn't get it. And you normally are the overachiever or the person that is going to do more. Not all the time, but this particular person already came into the relationship with self-esteem issues. So they are getting a little too big for their britches. I do not feel like this statement is 100% true. I feel like the majority of it is to get you back and to make you feel as if, they don't have to continue to take whatever it is that they perceive that you are giving to them. This also came out, my mask keeps me safe. I need to fake my feelings. That does not surprise me in the least because for the simple fact, they had to come in, Virgo, kind of living up to the expectation that you had for them. If they went against anything that you planned, if they went against anything that you felt was the best way for you guys to go together, whatever idea, they never let on that they were upset about it. The reason why is because they really didn't want to disappoint you. So it is highly possible that they've been faking their feelings the entire time. What do we got here? 1 second. And of course, my hair goes right in the corner of my eye. Yeah, and there we go. Give me a second. Thank you, Virgo. I have had more things fall apart this morning in your reading than anything else. My goodness. Okay, so, you have become too difficult for me to handle. That is a huge turnoff. This person is definitely angry. I am feeling, Virgo, that this individual is angry at your innovation or at whatever it is that you are trying to bring into the relationship, and they just don't get it. Like, where you guys started is not where you guys are ending up. Like, you came in with a plan and they came in willingly participating in this plan, and then it seems like now all of a sudden they're completely rejecting it. You poured a lot into this individual, but this individual is now very resentful of what you have done. It feels like maybe they are internalizing your help as you trying to become their parent, or this person definitely doesn't take orders well. I'm not saying that you're being bossy. I'm just saying that it's easy for them to perceive what you're doing as something else. Now, Virgo, I'm definitely not saying that you're perfect, but what I am saying is that I'm feeling this anger from this individual, and they started as a willing participant and then something changed. Yep. I don't even look down at these cards. And this is exactly, I am not sure I can meet your expectations. The pressure is too much for me. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So they started out doing something, and then the expectations just grew and grew and grew. There's a very, we are supposed to do things like this. There is a very, this is the way it looks. This is the way. And don't get me wrong, Virgo. I am not saying that there is anything wrong with that. I have Earth in my chart, albeit it is not Virgo. And I completely understand that every zodiac sign, it doesn't matter whether you're a Virgo, a Taurus, it doesn't matter. We all have expectations. And this individual, you definitely poured more into this individual, Virgo, than I don't think that they internalize it like you. They're taking what you try to do as you try to control their life. But this is the one that I'm resonating with, because this is exactly what I'm feeling like. There is an expectation here. And the expectation is easy for you, Virgo, because you came into the party with doing what you're supposed to do, to be loyal to this individual, but not them. I feel abandoned by you, and this triggering my childhood traumas. Oh my God, yes. I did touch on, or was about to touch on, the statement. Maybe it was before my eyelash fell out, but about the fact that there is some issues surrounding this person's mom and dad. I'm feeling Sagittarius here. I am feeling definitely possibly a water sign, someone that was completely abandoned by their parents. And this feels like maybe the not raised by the mom and dad. Sometimes that can cause issues too, ladies, when your man or significant other doesn't have his mom, but he had a strong woman, a strong matriarchal figure in the home, an aunt, a friend of the family, a godmother, and the traditional grandma. But the mom wasn't there. The mom came in and caused issues. The mom represents this energy where your man, and I am talking specifically to Virgo women right now about their men, okay? No offense. It manifests itself differently in women. It just does. I'm sorry. It is the same, but it's just a tad bit different because the energy is the same. This does not, I'm not talking to that group. This feels very much like that individual does not know what it's like. They feel abandoned because their mom was present but not active. Okay, we're going to leave it alone. I don't want to turn it into a coaching session, but this is what I'm talking about, okay? The card says it, and that's exactly what I'm feeling. And they are already resentful, and there is a big hole in their heart that they cannot fill on their own, but they don't quite understand, Virgo, that this is not all Virgo. Obviously, this is what they bring to the party. They are resistant now of your vision. They are resistant now of what you have to do, what you want to do. They have been the recipient of these plans on your end and these visions, these goals. But when it comes down to reciprocate, they feel like there is too much pressure and there is something that they cannot give back. Virgo, you do have big shoes to follow. I'm not going to lie about that. Depending, especially if you have double Earth, especially you overachievers. Like if you have the trine, the Earth trine, I'm scared of you. If you got any Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn in your inner planets, especially if you have a Sun, Moon, Rising, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, the Earth trine, no one's going to be able to top that. But I tell you all the time, where you advance in the coin, you fail in the cup. And where you advance in the cup, you fail in the coin. My clients know what that is because that is a coin phrase by one and only right here, Miss Marve. Okay. And what I am feeling for you is that and it's hard to achieve balance, and that is what you have to do. You can't be all or nothing. You have to try to bring it in. And maybe you set something up, Virgo, for the success of this relationship and was under the impression that this person would definitely reciprocate because for the simple fact they started out doing so well. You set out a path. Let me show the card. I'm talking with my hands. You set out a path. They jumped willingly right on that path. It was exciting. It was new. It was great. And then all of a sudden, the expectation became too much for them. And when pressure is applied, I was going to say people, when pressure is applied, Virgo collective, everybody can't handle that pressure like an earth sign can. I hate to say that. We are built for certain pressure. I don't like it either, but when you are so used to it, it doesn't seem like it is a problem. And where you can operate under pressure, where you can perform under pressure, where you could be given a deadline and you'll bust your ass trying to get those action items done for the end result. This individual just is not cut that way. They didn't come from what you came from. So they look at everything as a punishment, as I'm not good enough for you. You know, you're better than me. And I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, you can look at as a collective some people that, and this is just an earth thing too. Um, and I do tease and call you guys the bald head stepchild of the earth signs just because you are mutable earth, and that's a contradiction in itself. But I think the biggest contradiction is that you are nothing like the other earth signs. That is bull crap. You probably are the worst in the sense of accomplishment and making sure that whoever is on your team is just as accountable. The Taurus is just not going to mess with you to a certain extent. Neither is Capricorn. They're going to be like, I'm not dealing with you. But you, Virgo, you'll be like, psh, deuce. You'll be like, listen, this is what we're doing, period, with the T. So I feel like this person is just angry. Um, yes, yes, I see it. Your last and your top. My pride and ego got hurt, so I wanted revenge, and I wanted to hurt you too as a top. I didn't show you the last card yet. This is where they are. So they want to hurt you. They want to give you that revenge. They want to enact that revenge and take out on you what they feel inside, which is inadequacy. They're missing the point that you knew that they were not. I don't want to make this about levels, but I have to convey how they feel. You knew going in, Virgo, that this person was A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It doesn't matter to you. And that's one of the things that I admire about you guys. You are like, in some ways, the Aquarians of the earth signs. In this way, you will give an individual a chance, especially if you have feelings for that person. It doesn't matter. As with the other two earth signs, it is a wrap. Like, you have to match them at a certain point in order to get a seat at the table. And that is the reason why they end up attracting people that that actually end up being something that they're not in the long run. You, on the other hand, will build and make these people on your level, if that makes sense. And not everybody is cut out for that. So now they're starting to rebel. And I don't want to say like a parent and a child, but they're starting to walk away from the program now because again, the pressure is too much. I cannot be vulnerable with you. I would rather hide in the darkness before I let you see the inside of me. So now what they're doing is they feel like the expectations are too much. You've become difficult. They're lashing out at you. You guys are arguing. There is a lot of arguments right now, Virgo, about money, where we're going to live, where we're going to stay, people being around, blah, 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 blah. What are we going to do? And I feel like you should definitely, if you are a Virgo Venus, if you are a Virgo, let's see, Sun, Moon, and Rising, yes, this is going to affect you if this way, possibly if you are a Venus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you are a Virgo Venus, it's probably going to play out a little bit different because you have a different big three that may not include Virgo. So you may be feeling it a little bit less, but nonetheless, you are really feeling like you're having to argue and do all of these things just to get through to your partner. And that's not where you guys started. So if you were wondering, as a Virgo Venus specifically, why they acting crazy or why it seems like they're distant, this is what they haven't told you yet. But again, it may be a little bit stronger and the fights may be like drop down Mike Tyson bouts if you are Virgo Sun, Moon, and Rising. So where I am going with this is this one. I don't think that they think that they can meet the expectations, and that's just the bottom line. So this is what I'm going to go with. And like, share, subscribe to the Marvelous Tribe, Virgo. It is always a pleasure. I will see you in your What Aren't They Telling You? And for the rest of you guys, I will see you in March. Bye, guys.